you bold and beautiful people. How are you doing today? I'm so excited because I'm doing something different out of my comfort zone, but in my comfort zone. Usually I just play with one eyeshadow palette and everything, and that's what I do, and just create a makeup look. No, this time I'm using two different collections from two different indie brands, and I'm very excited. So I'm going to use Terra Moons. One of the collections, I think one is called Winter on Saturn. Yeah, Winter on Saturn is the bottom row right here. I'm using two shades out of that. I'm using Dumont and Haze of Saturn. So those are two shades I'm using from that collection because I feel like this eyeshadow collection from Devinah, the Perfect Storm palette, would be perfect with using these two shades. So, like I said, I'm using Devinah's Perfect Storm because this one has a purple vibe to when it comes to these gray tones. So you're gonna see a little difference of these shadows of these gray tones right here. As you can see, the gray tones in this has more of a blue base, while the Perfect Storm for Devinah has more of a purple tinge tone. So these are both cooler gray tones, but they're different shades. One is purple tinge to it, one has a blue tinge to them. So you can tell the difference of which ones when I'm talking about when I'm saying about blue tone grays or purple tone grays. You also have the brown tinge ones, basically a taupe color. Sometimes if you have more brown with the gray, they're more of a brown gray shadow, so they're more warm tones. If you have more gray with the brown, they're more a cool tone taupe. So there's a difference. Like I said, I saw this palette and I really like it. I really like Devinah, so I am going to get more eyeshadows from Devinah. So I am very excited about that. But I saw this and I was like, wait a minute. I see these grays and I see more purple to them. I do see some really beautiful, cool tone shades. I thought about the Winter of Saturn from Terra Moons and I saw this purple shade. So if we replace one of them like this, you have more of a dark purple, while this one is more like a grayish, blackish color with a little purple in it. But I was like, you know what? I want a more deeper color, and this one is more of a gray taupe. So this is more of a gray, cool tone taupe. Basically has definitely a brown shade to it, but it has that more of a gray tone to it. So I thought it'd be nice to have two. Sometimes taupes have a little purple in them. Just FYI here. So that one has more like a grayish purple, grayish purple tone to it. So it's a gray purple taupe. You get what I'm trying to say here. But I started this and like, you know what, let's do this. And I'm definitely gonna play in some of these shimmers. So yeah. I am going to look for more bluish tone grays to go with more of that with some purple, just a little mixture. But yeah, I did my eyebrows today. I did my face. I did some wax. I haven't done it. It was painful. I'm definitely using this from Beauty Creations, one of my favorite ones. Because I want to see what these two shades gonna look like together. These shades of tones, colors to look together. So I don't want it to be like, oh, really, really, you know what I'm. I just want to see what they look like just on my skin tone, basically. I was gonna wear blue, do more of a blue tone grayish color, blue tone gray tone, and I looked at it even more with Devinah. And I was like, oh, that'd be pretty cool to use the purple with the grayish. And I looked at it even more. I'm like, no, I feel like the Winter Saturn one will be better. The Winter Veil one. I like both of the collections actually from Terra Moon. I am planning to get some more. I'm going with more purpley. So I'm going to use this shade right here. So I'm going to use Factor Sky. So this one has more a purple. Definitely has that gray, but has more purple tone to it. It has um Beautiful, beautiful shade. I like this shade. I love purple anyway. I'm a purple fiend. I love purple. And so anything with purple in it, I kind of fall in love with. The same thing with blues and greens. So I just like different shades of colors. And I'm trying to get into more grays. Granted, I do have um Jeffree Stars one, the cremated one. I like that one. So those do have some blue tones in it. So I think that'd be perfect with that one to see. And just if you see it, that's why I love single eyeshadows anyway, because one can add it to a different palette and just say, oh, you know, especially if you can create your own palettes. This shade right here still has that purple tinge you're looking for with a gray tone base to it. It's the Haze of Saturn. And I'm going to use and you're going to think, well, that's just going to add more depth to the um to the eyes, just a little bit. Still giving you that gray tone, but it's going to have it blending. See? I'm going to use the Creme Brulee Brulee or Creme Brulee from Wet n Wild, just to help get those shades a little bit matchy-matchy on the brow bone here. Just to lighten that up. Just to help it blend. I really like how these shades are working together. Honestly, it's just really beautiful how they're working together. And you know, the formulas are quite different. The Devinah ones has more kickback, while Terra has barely any kickback to it. So the formula is quite different. But what I like about it is they're working really beautifully together. Actually, I'm going to use this brush here. So this one's when I'm going to use Dumont right here. This one does have it looks black, but it's purple. I feel like this would be like a nice contrast here. Oh, that's funny. I'll put it. So I'm gonna put this into the crease. As you can see, it's a very deep purple. That's all I gotta say. It's a very deep purple, but it does have a little gray undertone to it. We're gonna work with more gray tone right at the edges a little bit, and then we're gonna work with some more grays with that. So what we're gonna do is using this kind of brush right here, it's more dome, and we're gonna use this shade. Blackout Horizons, this shade right here. That's a pretty shade. I like the shade. I think it's pretty cool. Like that. You know, just like I said, this one has a kickback, just like first shade that we used. A little bit, take off the excess. And then what we're going to do is just work with that right here. Just a little bit. There we go. Very, very smoky, which I've been loving smoky eye looks a lot lately. I am sorry if you're not into smoky eyes, but I am. It's quite funny. It's funny how I like vibrant colors, but yeah, I don't care. I don't. I like having fun. This is me having fun with makeup. So just to help with a little bit more lightness to that right here, and then we're gonna use this shade right here, and this is the shade Thunder Bruise, which is pretty cool. I like that name. I like the names. Like I really do. I really do enjoy names like that because it's kind of out of the spectrum of different shade names. If you know what I mean. Ooh, look at that shade. Look at that beautiful shade. I mean, I really like that one. That's more like, this one has more gray tone from the first shade that we used. So hard to pick what shimmers will work so good with this, honestly. I'm going to use Low Pressure, this shade right here. This isn't like a multi-chrome. Definitely has that purple tinge to it. Does have that gray tone to it, which I do like. Very, very shiny. Very shiny. I like this. It's not very chunky. It's very iridescent, which I like very iridescent. It's so iridescent because it's like very smaller particles of shimmer, not your flaky ones. You know what I mean? You just understand what I'm talking about with the flakiness ones. I really like that. If you knew that purple tinge to it, which I really, really do like. I love that. Really much I do. I mean, I really like how that's just coming together. Like, yes. Since you got more purple in the shades with the gray tones, I feel like there should be a darker purple to it. But it is what it is, and that's fine. It's about having fun, and this is what about single eyeshadows too. You create your own palette, you create your own color story. And when I'm here, oh, and that's not, I feel like doing single eyeshadows because if you're missing something of always add to that palette, or just like, oh, which one, this and this, sometimes put the shade names on there from what palette, you know. So since we're going to work with purple, we're going to use the lavender one. Revolution is the Relove, I believe. Yeah, the Relove Revolution one. It's the kohl eyeliner, which I like kohl eyeliners like these, especially with the brightness. I like that just to add more umph to it. This is going to add a little bit more brightness on the other. So make it really dark. Add another brightness. Okay, I'm going to put mascara on. Anyway, no lashes. But yeah, I'll be right back with the finished look. So this is the finished look. I had a little trouble with the lip color. I was going to go with this shade here from Lip Cosmetics, and this one's called Purple Pants. It's a very matte shade, very matte. Definitely a purple, definitely a cool tone. The thing I just don't like is that you have to keep on put it on there to get that opacity of it, which I am not used to. When it comes to mattes, I like my liquid cream more than I like, a true matte liquid lipstick. But that's here and there. But it's just such a pretty color, but it's just drying, and also it tastes like chemicals. You know what I mean? Um, colors are pretty. The color is pretty, but I just don't like the taste of it and how much you have to put on there constantly. So I went with the this is nude. It's part of the Essence This Is New collection they brought out a couple of years ago, and I got this strong. So it's definitely a purpley color, um, cool tone. Basically, has a little red to it. But I did pair it up with the Wet n Wild Perfect and Pout gel lip liner, and Don't Be a Prune. So I mixed that together. I really, really like how both of these collections work together. Especially with that purple shade. But yeah, I highly recommend Terra, and of course I highly recommend Devinah or Devinah. I think it's Devinah. But yeah, I recommend both of them. I'm going to get more of the collections on both collections, on both brands. So there is that. But I just like, I don't know. What do you feel about this look? I really do like it. Definitely just I'm in my smoky eye era right now, I think, for the summer. So You know what? I like it. That's what matters, right? Right. Definitely bold, definitely beautiful. And this is what this year is about: bold, boldness, and being beautiful and just being true to yourself, as well as it's about having fun with makeup. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you're at. I love you and God bless.